We hear all this buzz about brilliant AI, incredible algorithms, and super fast computers. But what if I told you the real secret sauce, the one thing that makes or breaks any AI, isn't the code at all? It's the data. And we're about to find out exactly why. So, have you ever had this happen? You finish a movie, and the AI suggests something you would absolutely never watch. Or, even worse, you buy something online, and for the next week, all you see are odds for that exact same thing. It's frustrating, right? It makes you wonder if this AI stuff is really all that smart. Well, the problem isn't what you think it is. Most of us, we immediately blame the algorithm, right? The AI's brain must be broken. But here's the crazy part. More often than not, the algorithm is doing its job perfectly. The real problem is its diet. It's been fed a bunch of junk, flawed, messy, and totally inconsistent data. It really all boils down to this one simple golden rule that's been around forever in tech, but it is especially true for AI. Garbage in, garbage out. You feed an AI system junk, and guess what? You're going to get junk results. There's just no way around it. Okay, so to really get a feel for this, let's do something fun. Let's follow a single piece of data on its journey. We're going to see how it gets transformed from a raw, chaotic bit of info into something clean, legal, and finally ready to make an AI truly intelligent. So the first stop on our journey is the most important one, the data makeover. I want you to picture this as taking a giant, messy pile of puzzle pieces and turning it into a beautiful, organized masterpiece that an AI can actually put together. Take a look at this. At first glance, it looks like a pretty normal customer spreadsheet. But the closer you look, it's a disaster. You've got duplicate names, you've got weird capitalization, different date formats, even missing information. Imagine being an AI trying to make sense of this. It would be totally and utterly confused. So this data needs to go to boot camp. First up, deduplication. We merge all those different John Smiths so the AI understands it's just one person. Next, we standardize everything. Let's get those dates all in the same YYYYMMDD format so we're comparing apples to apples. And finally, we've got to deal with those blank spaces. Do we fill them in with an average value or maybe just tag them as unknown? Every single one of these choices fundamentally changes how the AI is going to learn. And voila! Look at that. It's clean, it's consistent, it's organized. Every customer is now a single, unique person, and all the information is in a language that AI can actually digest. This transformation right here, this is the difference between an AI that's totally lost and one that can actually provide some clear insights. Okay, so the data is clean. We're done, right? Not so fast. Being clean isn't enough. The data also has to be compliant. This next leg of the journey is all about playing by the rules, which means data governance and privacy. We have to make sure this data is handled legally and ethically. You've probably heard of big regulations like GDPR in Europe or CCPA in California. These aren't just suggestions, they're laws that give you, the user, serious rights over your own information. They mean companies can't just do whatever they want with your data. They have to be transparent, and if you ask them to delete your info, they have to do it. And then there's this other really big one, especially for global companies, called data residency. It's a pretty simple idea. It means that your data might be legally required to be stored on a server that's physically located in your country or region. So if you're in Germany, your data can't just be shipped off to a server in the US without a good reason. So good data governance really comes down to a few core ideas. Access control is just what it sounds like, making sure only the right people can see sensitive info. Data minimization is huge. It's the principle of only collecting the data you absolutely need and nothing more. And of course, encryption, which basically scrambles the data so that even if someone gets their hands on it, it's just a bunch of useless gibberish. Okay, our data has made it this far. It's clean and it's compliant. It's passed the first two major tests, but there is one last exam it has to pass before it's truly ready for the AI. It needs to be perfectly optimized for the specific job it's about to do. So let's imagine we're building an AI to catch credit card fraud. Now, in the real world, the vast majority of transactions, like 99% of them, are totally normal. Actual fraud is super, super rare. This might sound good, but for an AI, it creates a massive headache called data imbalance. And that leads us to a really tricky question. How on earth can an AI learn to spot something that it almost never, ever sees? Think about it. If it's not careful, it could just learn a lazy trip, label everything as normal. Technically, it would be 99% accurate, but it would be completely useless at its one job, finding that rare case of fraud.
So, how do we fix this? Well, data scientists have a couple of really clever tricks up their sleeves. One is called undersampling, where you basically just throw out a bunch of the normal examples to even the odds. The other approach is oversampling, where you actually create new synthetic examples of fraud to give the AI more to study. Either way, the goal is exactly the same: create a balanced data set so the AI gets a fair shot at learning. And just when you think you're done, there's one last thing to worry about. The world changes, right? People's habits change, new trends emerge. This causes something called data drift. An AI that was trained on data from last year might be totally clueless about what's happening today. It's kind of like trying to find your way around a brand new city using a map that's 10 years old. You're just going to get lost. And with that, our little piece of data has finally made it. It started out a mess, it got cleaned up, it learned all the rules, and it got optimized for its big job. It has officially graduated and is now ready to power a genuinely smart AI.
And that really brings us to the single most important idea in all of this. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It is the absolute truth of artificial intelligence. The quality of your data is the fundamental cornerstone that every single successful AI model is built on, period. So let's just quickly recap the incredible journey we just witnessed. Our data started out as a total mess, right? Raw and inconsistent. Then it went through that intense makeover to become clean and structured. After that, it learned to play by all the crucial privacy and governance rules. And finally, it was perfectly balanced and optimized to be totally fit for its AI. So the next time you use an AI, whether it's recommending a song or helping you write an email, just remember this. Its intelligence, its so-called smartness, is nothing more than a direct mirror. It is reflecting the quality, the cleanliness, and the integrity of the data that it was taught with. And that really leaves us with one last big question to chew on. As these AI systems become more and more powerful, shaping everything in our lives, from what we buy to our medical diagnoses, who is ultimately responsible? Who should be the ultimate guardian of all this data?